I am Zoe, working in one of the most important restaurants in the city, owned by a well known billionaire. I work there for 3 months. I am going in the morning, finish work, and go home to stay with my little brother. We two only live together. My mother was separated from my father a long time ago, and she got married in a far city. They had many quarrels. I was forced to stay out of the house until they slept so I go back in peace and wake up the next day to go to school. One day, they told me and Mark that they would be separated, and almost from that day on, we see them every few months, or sometimes just a few minutes call. I don't remember them anymore, and not important in my life. Mark and I are enough for each other. We live happily, and my work money is enough for us to go to the cinema together and do everything crazy. Although I don't have much time after my work, I have to be present in his life, and this is what makes it easy for me after a tiring day. One day while working, the manager asked me to go to his office. I was worried that I did something wrong or any customer complained about me. I calmed down and went to the office. The strange thing is, he greeted me with an unusual smile and then gave me a card and told me to call the number. He didn't explain anything else, and even I didn't ask him. I was shocked. I finished my work. As I was leaving the restaurant, I called the number, and a man answered me with a very hoarse and solemn voice. He said, "Are you Zoe?" I told him yes. And then I found a car parked on the street away from the restaurant turning on and off. He said, "Come." I was worried. Who is he? And what does he want? I told him while my voice trembled, "I don't know who you are and what you want from me." He said, "Come, and I will tell you." First, I got close to the car. I saw he was the billionaire owner of the restaurant and many other restaurants in the country, so I got more worried. I got into the car while my heartbeat increased. I didn't understand it and was afraid. Suddenly, he took out a picture of his pocket and told me, "This is my son. I want you to get close to him and admire him, and he must like you too." I took the picture, not understanding anything. I looked at him. He looked very ugly, so I understood that surely no one liked him because of that. I told him, "What would make me do this?" He told me, "Of course, you will not do this for free," and offered me money and a new house. My principals rejected what wanted. That is cheating. But at the same time, the money will provide me and Mark with a good life. He didn't wait to reply to him. He wrote me the address of a cafe and told me he always sits there on Saturdays. I left him and walked while I was all the way thinking about what happened. Is this real? And will I be able to implement what he asked of me? The next day, I went to the place. I was worried. I decided to sit close to him and watch how he behaves. He was playing with cats, feeding them, and laughing with the little children in the place. He had something different from anyone else, something that attracted me, but I didn't know what it was. I made the decision, approach him, and started feeding the little cat that was with him. I said, "It looks like my cat very much." We laughed, and I told him I am Zoe. He looked in astonishment, smiled, and said, "I am Aaron." After that, I sat with him and we kept talking about a lot of things. It turned out he also loves drawing and photography, and since then, we met and went to many places. The strange thing is that he did not leave the coffee and did not deal with many people. I saw this in his behavior every time we went out, but despite this, he was dealing with sensitivity and hiding his face most of the time with his hat that distinguished him from everyone. Now, I've been with Aaron for 5 months. It's supposed to be just an agreement with his billionaire father, but I feel now is true. I saw the angel inside of him, unlike all the people who only see his appearance. But I am afraid that if I tell him the truth, he will hate me, and I am even more afraid if I tell his father that I love him. Will not believe me, and I think I am greedy for more money. I don't know what to do.